I'll be speaking on it is not about you. It is not about you. Many ministers set themselves, they set themselves up for temptation because they think it is about them. When you try to put yourself in the space of God in other people's life, then you are setting yourself up for a serious temptation. Imagine you as a male minister. You met a lady who said something she should not say to God due to her problems. Then the next thing you said is, you have just, then the next thing you said is, you have just disappointed me. You have just hurt me. I feel so bad right now. Now, if you are saying that, now the lady sinned against God, and your own reaction is, oh, you have, no, you have broken my heart. You have done this. You have done that. Many ministers does it. Even me, I do it sometimes. It is until God now came to teach me this that I now knew, okay, this is how it should be. When people come to you to confess their sins against God, don't take it personal. Let them know that they have hurt God first before you now bring in yourself if there's a need for that. Don't start with, oh, I'm so disappointed. It's not about you. They sinned against God, not you. Firstly, point their attention to God before you now tell them how you feel about what they have done. If you point the attention to yourself, the natural response you will get is, I'm sorry, maybe from the lady or from the brother. The one that is supposed to say, I'm sorry to God is now begging you instead. Can you see that? Because you are putting yourself in God's picture. Somebody sinned against God. You said, oh, you have hurt me. Are you the God he has sinned against? Let him or her know how God feels. By doing that, he or she will go to God and ask for forgiveness. They should not be begging you instead of begging God. It is God that they should beg because that is who they have spoken against. Don't bring yourself into the picture. Otherwise, you will bring yourself into temptation. And this is why many male pastors bring themselves into temptation, and some of them even fall for it. A sister told you she did something wrong, and you're like, oh, you just broke my heart, you just did this. Before you know it, something is developing. So the sister that is supposed to go to God and ask for forgiveness is now begging you, I'm sorry, sir. Touching you, Daddy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Before you know it, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We are sorry. Because oh, Jesus, help us. I'm sorry will become we are sorry because both of you had already fallen into another thing. Emotion setting where the ladies say, I'm sorry, sir. Both of you will now end up saying, I'm sorry. Can you see that? Be wise. Don't put yourself into God's picture. It can be dangerous. This is why many fell for the temptation they should not have experienced at all. When you draw people's hearts to you because of your foolishness, they will begin to love you more than God. And in the process of seduction, in the process of this, seduction will set in. This is why, this is why many became vulnerable to ministers instead of God. Be wise. This is the wisdom of God. Don't sell it.